You think your morning commute is bad? Imagine your commute to work is 3.7 billion miles. Your GPS would just give up and cry. Welcome to Pluto. Bring snacks, lots of snacks. You won't be coming back anytime soon. Sorry, not a planet. Here's your first fun fact to annoy your friends with. Pluto is not a planet. Scientists discovered it in 1930 and everyone loved it. Then, in 2006, the International Astronomical Union basically said, actually, never mind, and demoted it to dwarf planet status. Pluto didn't change, we just found thousands of similar icy worlds in the Kuiper Belt nearby and realized Pluto was not that special after all. Tough day for Pluto. The good news? It's still a real world. 1,477 miles wide, covered with mountains of water ice, nitrogen glaciers, and a heart-shaped plain bigger than Texas called Sputnik Planitia. Named by an 11-year-old named Venetia Burney in 1930. An 11-year-old named a world. What are you doing with your life? The commute nobody asked for. Pluto sits 39 times farther from the Sun than Earth. That's roughly 5.9 billion kilometers on average. But here's where it gets weird. Pluto's orbit is not a neat circle. It wobbles like an oval drawn by someone who had too much coffee. It swings so close it actually goes inside Neptune's orbit sometimes, then swings so far it's nearly 50 times the distance from Earth to the Sun. One full trip around the Sun takes 248 Earth years. Your great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren would not live to see Pluto finish one lap. That's not a vacation. That's a generational commitment. The Sun is just a really bright star. Stand outside on Pluto at noon. Look up. The Sun is there. You can see it. But it looks like an incredibly bright star, not the warm, friendly disk we see from Earth. It delivers about 1/900th the light we get here. That's roughly 300 times dimmer than a full moon night on Earth. You know that soft blue twilight just after sunset? That's Pluto's noon, every single day. The sky is actually blue because of a thin haze of nitrogen, methane, and carbon monoxide around Pluto. Beautiful, yes. Breathable? Absolutely not. Do not try breathing it. We cannot stress this enough. The cold that makes Antarctica look tropical. The average temperature on Pluto is -380 degrees Fahrenheit. That is -232 degrees Celsius for our metric friends. At that temperature, water ice becomes as hard as granite. Pluto's mountains are literally made of frozen water and they stand 2 to 3 kilometers tall. Your kitchen ice cube could build a mountain range here. Here's the most mind-blowing fact about Pluto's weather. When it swings closer to the Sun, the surface ice turns to gas and creates a thin atmosphere. When it moves away again, that atmosphere literally freezes solid and snows back down to the ground. The entire sky collapses and rebuilds itself. Imagine your weather app trying to predict that. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a chance of the atmosphere disappearing. Dress accordingly. You can jump over your house. Pluto's gravity is only 6% of Earth's gravity. If you weigh 150 pounds on Earth, you would weigh about 9 pounds on Pluto. Your diet worked, just not the way you planned. One serious jump and you'd float upward for 30 seconds. A basketball dunk would send you 20 meters into the air. Sports on Pluto would look absolutely ridiculous, and we would watch every second of it. The downside, low gravity means the atmosphere leaks into space over time. The escape velocity is only 1.2 kilometers per second. Sneeze too hard and you might accidentally leave the planet. Please sneeze responsibly. One day lasts 6 Earth days. A single day on Pluto lasts 153 hours. That is 6.4 Earth days. You get about 3 days of dim twilight followed by 3 days of complete darkness. Your sleep schedule would become a personal science experiment. Pluto also spins tilted at 57 degrees and rotates backwards compared to most planets, because Pluto has always done things differently and it is not going to start conforming now. For decades, one pole bakes in constant sunlight, while the other sits in total darkness. Seasons last longer than most human civilizations. A moon the size of your entire sky. Look up from the right side of Pluto and you will see Charon, Pluto's largest moon. Charon is half the size of Pluto itself, which makes them basically a double world system. It hangs just 19,640 kilometers away and appears 8 times larger than our full moon looks from Earth. Here's the really strange part. Pluto and Charon are tidally locked to each other. Charon does not rise or set, it just hovers there permanently, staring at you, never blinking, never moving. From the other side of Pluto, you would never see Charon at all, ever. It's either always there or never there, no in between. Charon does not do casual things. What daily life would actually look like. You cannot live outside, full stop. You live in a habitat buried under 3 meters of water ice for radiation protection because Pluto has no magnetic field and cosmic rays hit the surface hard. Your power comes from a nuclear reactor because solar panels are basically useless at 1/900th sunlight. Your food grows under pink LED lights in a hydroponic garden. Your drinking water comes from melting ancient Kuiper Belt ice that is older than Earth itself. You're drinking 4.5 billion-year-old water. Your morning coffee just became historically significant. The hardest part of life on Pluto would not be the cold or the darkness or the gravity, it would be the communication delay. A message to Earth takes 5.5 hours one way, an 11-hour round trip at best. You send your family a funny video, they'll laugh tomorrow. You miss birthdays in real time, you celebrate them 2 weeks later. Your neighbors become your family, your habitat becomes your world. Earth becomes a story you tell your kids about. The surprising beauty. Here's what nobody tells you about Pluto. It's genuinely alive. The great nitrogen plains of Sputnik Planitia slowly churn and convect like a lava lamp, constantly refreshing the surface. There are almost no craters there because it never stops moving. There may be cryovolcanoes that ooze slushy ice instead of lava. Mountains float on nitrogen glaciers. The horizon curves visibly just 2 kilometers away because the world is so small. And because the atmosphere is so thin and the sky so dark, you would see more stars than any human has ever seen from a planetary surface. Every night would look like the best planetarium show ever made, except it's real, and you're freezing, but mostly stunning. Would you survive? No human will ever live a full Pluto year. 248 years is a long time to wait for spring. But in just one Pluto day, 6.4 Earth days, you would watch a sunrise that takes 8 hours to complete, jump higher than a 3-story building with one leg, see a moon hanging motionless like it owns the place, drink water older than the dinosaurs, watch the atmosphere literally snow itself out of existence. Pluto isn't trying to kill you. It's just completely indifferent to whether you survive, which is somehow more intimidating. From Pluto, Earth is a pale blue dot, smaller than a pixel, quieter than a whisper. And maybe that's the whole point of thinking about a place this far away. It reminds you that everything you know, everyone you love, every loud, busy, beautiful moment of your life fits inside one tiny speck of light. Pluto doesn't want visitors, it wants witnesses. So the question isn't really, could you live on Pluto? The question is, would you want to? Next up, what if you fell into Neptune's diamond rain?